Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. It's episode 12 of the Weekly Pro Wrestling Rush. Actually, this is a double episode. We actually took a week off due to technical difficulties, and just out of respect to the late Ultimate Warrior who was just inducted and sadly passed away just the day after the Monday Night Raw that he was on that we will talk about here soon. I want to say rest in peace, Warrior, and this is dedicated to the Warrior. You guys got anything to say about that?
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, it really is. Just the timing period is just so ridiculous, and I feel bad for his family and his wife and kids and stuff, you know? So, he was always a favorite of mine whenever I was a kid, so I got to have a place for Warrior always, man. So, rest in peace to Warrior, and this episode is in honor of him. So,
we'll miss him.
Yep, we will miss him, and Warrior will live forever. Matt, you got anything to add to that before we get on?
No.
Okay, Mania 30. Matt, you were there, and I just want you to tell people what it was really like. 75,000 plus people to be there in person. And I also want to thank you because having you there almost gave me kind of like a first-person experience being able to text me back and stuff. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was, I tell you what, man, it was something.
Yeah, go ahead and just give us about a minute talk about what you think.
Well, I mean, the first 20 minutes of the show was worth every single penny it cost me to get down there. But this, apart from like being at the superstore that they had set up, to all of the festivities and seeing everybody in their wrestling t-shirts on Bourbon Street, I don't know how many times I heard Yes chants break out downtown. It was awesome. I don't even know how, I mean, it was awesome.
And I kind of said this to, I don't know if I said this to both of you, but I kind of think they really, really did a great job this year giving it that Super Bowl atmosphere. I mean, I think the Superdome was the perfect place to have Mania. It seemed like it was just really meant to be this year, did it not?
Oh, yeah.
It was like it couldn't have been anywhere else, in my opinion. What do you think, Steven?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a good spot, you know. I guess technically it's kind of probably in the Midwest, I guess. But I like having Mania maybe in the central part of America, you know. And I thought the crowd was great. I thought the setup was cool. It was a good, you know.
Good entertainment, and that's what wrestling is. It's entertainment, and that's what we got to face. It's not real. It's entertainment, and
yeah.
Definitely. So going down the card, Matt, you were there. So it was the Los Matadors, Ryback, the Usos, and Cesaro and Swagger to kick off Mania on the pre-show for the WWE Tag Team titles. Do you guys think this was worthy of the pre-show? In my opinion, I think the Shield against Kane and Outlaw should have been the pre-show match.
That should have been the pre-show, absolutely. But this was almost the match of the night.
I actually missed this match. I didn't get to start watching Mania until Austin Rock came out and all them. So what'd you think of this match?
The match was incredible. I mean, for a second there, well, since they didn't really announce it was an elimination match.
Yeah.
They announced it, but nobody heard it because it was so damn loud in there.
Yeah.
So when Cesaro got that first pin, everybody went crazy because they thought that Cesaro was the tag team champion now. But, I mean, I thought the Real Americans stole the show.
The only sad thing it ended up being what we've been talking about forever, the demise of Cesaro and Swagger. I think we might have even called that they might break up. I'm going to have to go back and look. Did we call that they might break up at Mania?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I think we did. I didn't even think about that. But the demise of Cesaro and Swagger, I think it's sad. I think they should have took the straps, man. Why couldn't they both be Heyman guys, as we'll discuss in a bit?
Right, yeah.
It looks like a Coulter Heyman feud kind of maybe in the making.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that totally too if that's what they do. But I just think, what do you think, Matt? You think Cesaro and Swagger should have had a title run?
No, you know, now that the more I think about it, I think if you put Swagger Swagger with the belts or Cesaro with Swagger and the belts, I mean, then you have to break them up before next year's WrestleMania. But I think I'm okay with giving Cesaro a year by himself to see what he can do and see if he can get higher up the card next year.
What do you think, Matt? All right, what do you think, Steven?
Well, yeah, I think the Real Americans should have been having a run with the tag team belts to begin with. I mean, technically, out of the teams in it, the Real Americans are the most over, and the team with the belts are, in my opinion, the boring. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's an argument I wanted to tell. Okay, we talked about that last week. I don't know did you listen to last week's episode, Matt?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, we talked about how you're an Uso fan. Me and Steven kind of think that they kind of need some kind of gimmick or something. What's your thing on the Usos? You're an Uso fan. What do you like about them?
I like their entrance. I like that they've kind of got this wild Samoan thing going on.
They don't really, though.
They do.
They don't really have the wild Samoans going.
They fly. I mean, they're not the wild Samoans, but I mean, they're this generation's wild Samoans.
Are the fluorescent colors necessary, like Cena?
That's the problem you got with them?
Well, I just think giving them a darker edge, maybe, or something like that would make them more entertaining or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
They're not champion worthy out of the team that they're facing, though. That's I guess the point. I mean, neither is Los Matadores or whatever their names are.
No, they're not champion worthy. I don't know if you'd say Jimmy and Jay aren't champion worthy.
I mean, why hasn't the Shield carried the tag straps?
Yeah, what's your opinion on that, Matt? What about the Shield and the Wyatt family in there?
The Shield has the tag team championships for like 5 months.
Right, but why not put them in the match, at least?
Because they're obviously going to start working with Evolution, which is another topic that we'll get to.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I just feel like they're devalued the belt by putting them on the wrong people. I mean,
I don't know who else right now at this point that they could put them on.
I mean, what about the two Wyatt guys?
The Wyatt guys held the NXT. Why can't they be on there now?
Yeah, I mean, there's other people that are worthy of the titles. I guess that's just how I could say it.
Okay, well, we're going to move on from that. We're taking forever. Austin, Rock, and Hogan segment. I marked out on this. I don't claim to be a huge mark, but man, when it comes down to Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rock, and Hogan in the same ring, I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It was incredible.
Where was Ric Flair, though?
I think Flair is the missing link right there, the missing element of that whole thing.
Or John Cena, because technically he's this generation's top guy, too. They could have done something like that,
Right.
Yeah, but if you had to have only 3, I think those are the 3 that it has to be. I don't think there's an argument.
Oh, I agree.
Because, I mean, you could have put Shawn Michaels out there, you could have put Bret Hart out there.
You don't agree with Flair coming out there, though?
When you think of WrestleMania, do you think of Ric Flair, though?
Yeah, technically, no.
No. But Austin, Rock, Hogan, Flair, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go with like a core 4, I guess.
Regardless, I loved the whole segment, and I loved the beer bash. What'd you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. And if you saw the backstage segment on WWE.com, that was cool.
Yeah, the crowd was hot for Hogan. The crowd got hotter when Austin's music hit. But when The Rock's music hit, that place went ballistic.
But if you listen to our last show that me and Matt did, there were already talks of Rock, Hogan, Austin, and even Flair showing up, right, Steven?
I had no idea. I knew Austin was going to be there. I had no idea The Rock was going to be there.
Yeah, there were some rumors, so I wasn't so surprised. But since you didn't know the rumors, I would have been real surprised. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and The Rock was, kind of teasing a WrestleMania deal. So
Well, remember, Steven, last episode we talked that they were in talks with all of them about making an appearance.
Yes.
But Flair's the only guy they didn't get.
Yeah.
I just wish I would have seen him there, because he's just, he might not be significant with Mania, but he's still a legend. Triple H.
There was an
Okay.
overshadow.
So Triple H versus Bryan. What'd you guys think of this match? Bryan won after a running knee. He was attacked in the shoulder after the match. I thought the running knee was weak that they had him finish on. I'd rather see him tap in a yes lock.
But Triple H probably didn't want to tap either, I would suppose.
You know, because he did tap. Didn't he tap out to Brock?
Well, I think he just got his arm broke.
No, he went over Brock last year, but
Yeah. And then Brock broke his
you
arm.
know these guys do have some of the guys have problems with tapping out. I don't know.
And Triple H would be one of them, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure. So what do you think about that match overall, guys?
I thought it was a good match.
I thought it was. I really did think it was a good match.
In all honesty, I didn't think it would be a good, like those two styles. I didn't think it would be good, but it was pretty good.
I think you could argue that it's one of Triple H's best WrestleMania matches.
Yeah, it was really good.
You know what? He really did good job, and the entrance was badass.
He made Daniel Bryan look great during that match.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Triple H is top ring worker of all time, I think.
He's one of the top.
Oh my God.
You got to put him in top 10 ring workers.
Oh, definitely.
He might not have ever been the face of the company.
Yeah, he was always up there though.
He was always the guy that fought the face of the company.
Mm-hmm.
And he still is. Andre the Giant next was the Shield versus Kane and Outlaws, which we talked about, and this was just like a fly-by-night match, man. They just flew through this. I think the Outlaws were injured. Double, triple Bower Bomb, Shield win. What'd you guys think?
Not a whole lot to think.
I didn't think nothing of this match. I was thinking, why not that on the pre-show? I was like, that made no sense except for making the Shield look like three badasses.
Yeah.
I mean, they pretty much just buried the Outlaws. Good.
Well, the Outlaws are done, I think, for a while.
I think they're injured and banged up already, and maybe they just... I think they may have a comeback, but didn't you say Road Dogg was hurt anyway, so...
Yeah, and Billy Gunn, I guess he was coughing up blood afterwards, so I think Father Time finally caught up with him.
Okay. Well, we'll discuss more of that as we hear it, but I don't expect to see him back anytime soon, and they even tease that on Raw. Okay, and then one of the shockers of the night, the first shocker, Cesaro goes over in the Andre Battle Royal. I thought it was a great idea, and it was impressive. I mean, that body slam where he steps 2 steps back with him and is still able to get up and eliminate him. I mean, I thought that was impressive.
Strong dude.
How was that to see live? I mean, jeez.
Cesaro is over, man. He is over.
That crowd was popping so good for Cesaro. How can they make this guy a Heyman guy heel? That's one of the things I was going to say is how can he be a heel when he's so over?
See, and they're pairing, guys up with Paul Heyman that's like, are they good or bad? Are they good or bad? He's pairing them up with good guys.
Well,
To me, it doesn't make sense.
Well, let's just say, for the record, Cesaro's a lot better than Curtis Axel.
Oh, Jesus.
So they made up for making him a Paul Heyman. Remember, he was a Paul Heyman guy at one time, guys.
No comment.
Right, what happened to that? What happened to that?
Yeah.
Remember his big, beautiful Ryback?
Wasn't Ryback a Paul Heyman guy for like a cup of coffee? Baby?
Big, beautiful Ryback.
Oh, Jesus.
He called him that, remember? Okay, I don't know if they just had some kind of relationship we didn't know about and they wanted to get it off in a storyline real quick or what, but, yeah.
Wow.
Cena versus Wyatt was the next. Do you guys have anything else to say about the Andre Battle Royal except for we did predict Big Show would win and instead he just ends up getting the last eliminated and they messed with us?
Yeah, I figured he'd be the last two.
So they kind of fucked with everybody on that. Cena versus Wyatt. It was good, but not as great as I expected. Cena hit the AA for the win. What'd you guys think?
Thought the entrance was incredible.
The entrance for the Wyatt family was epic. Cena's entrance was just regular, but what'd you think of the match, though, overall?
I mean, I thought it was what I expected expected it to be. It didn't steal the show like I hoped that it would, but...
Yeah, I thought it may steal the show, and we thought that too, right, Steven? We thought maybe that might be a great match.
They told a really good story, though.
They told a good story. They did do good psychology-wise, and I think that's all Bray Wyatt.
I thought that moment when Bray grabs the chair to give to Cena and kneels down in front of him, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was. So what'd you guys think of Taker Lesnar, the next match? I mean, I don't know what else to say, but this is the biggest, like, shocking moment in wrestling since, like, I can even remember. I remember when I seen the pin, I did not even want to think, like, I thought something was going to happen where they'd restart the match. What'd you guys think?
I thought the same thing you just said.
I was like, this match is going to restart. That did not end. The crowd probably shocked for how long do you think, Matt, it went silent before anybody started not talking about, did that just happen? Being there live, how was that, Matt?
You know when people, like when they get pinned, people count the 1 and 2, they count the pin. So Brock hits that third F5, everybody starts to count the pin, they go 1, 2, and the referee counted 3.
But they didn't want to say it.
Right, everybody just kind of stopped. Like,
Exactly. I seen it on pay-per-view, and it was shocking to me, everybody looked like.
everybody just kind of didn't know what to do. Like, they were not, like, everybody wasn't really paying attention to the match because everybody thought that Taker was going to win. But once that bell rang and once Brock's music hit, people were mad. Like,
Yes.
there were grown men behind me crying. There were...
Crying, going a little overboard, in my opinion.
I'm just telling you what I saw.
Well, I know, and what I was sitting there thinking is, some people, it's still real to them, damn it. Overall, what is your opinion on the streak ending?
Thought it was the right call. I mean, obviously it was Taker signed off on it, so I mean, if he thought it was time to end it, then it was obviously time to end it.
It was either Taker or Vince's decision, they say. So,
You know, you have to think that he had some kind of input in it.
but he had to say, yeah, I'll do it. You know what I mean? He's not just gonna let Vince force him to do it. And just some notes that I had on it. I heard that only Stephanie, Triple H, Vince, Taker, Brock, and Heyman knew about it. Not even the referee knew about it at the time. So that made it even more shocking. I mean, I think Chad Patton was shocked as hell too. So.
Yeah, the guy probably thought he messed up.
They didn't mark a match ending for the backstage listing for this match either, so not even the officials knew. And they're reporting they did it because Taker is done. So do you think Taker's done?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he is, but it also wouldn't surprise me if 6 weeks before WrestleMania next year we hear that gong and he comes out and challenges somebody.
Right, and as well though, he had the bad concussion and he wrestled a lot of the match with what he thought was a broken neck.
I went back and I rewatched it. I don't know when he would have gotten it.
They said it was during the drop toe hold on the outside of the ring.
On the outside?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to go back and watch it again.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that. I haven't even went back and watched it, but they say it was during that drop toe hold on the outside that he threw him real quick. I guess he wasn't really ready.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And it snapped his neck, and he thought he broke his neck, so the whole match was kind of crappy just because it wasn't crappy, but a lot slower than past matches due to that fact, in my opinion.
Right.
And then he took 3 F5s, and all the F5s were right on his hip. You know what I mean? Right. So you could tell the guy was hurt. Oh, he gave Brock a black eye legitimately the hard way, too. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
A right elbow to and even the next night he had a black eye, so. I think he did it just because of that drop toe hold, maybe.
I mean, when it first happened, of course I was really upset. I didn't want the streak to end, especially
right. And Steven, you were telling me you were done with wrestling. I just find that ridiculous.
I missed yesterday's Monday Night Raw too.
Well, come on. It's just entertainment in the long run.
No, but the Raw after Mania was great, and I watched it. But I'm SmackDown.
I'm just giving you crap, but you weren't the only one, man. There were so many fans just ticked.
And I'm still ticked about it, but it's kind of sad to hear that Undertaker kind of received a severe concussion. But I don't know. You hate seeing him go out like that because it was not a 5-star match. It was about a 2-star match.
Yeah, but like we were saying, he had a concussion throughout the entire match. Thought he had a broken neck. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but I mean, as a fan, we didn't even know what was going on.
Right, but what are they gonna do? Stop the show and say that, hey, we got a broken neck here and he can't go 100%?
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt?
I mean, for him almost having a broken neck and a cracked skull, I mean, it wasn't a crap match, you know? I mean, he still took 3 German suplexes afterwards, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for what we've seen in past WrestleMania...
It just, like I said to Matt, it slowed him down a lot from the other matches. Like, it slowed him down.
And that's why I think JR would have been perfect on this match for commentary. I think he would have been able to...
get across that the guy was hurt.
He could get something across, you know? It wouldn't be just JBL saying over and over again, oh, this might be the night, you know?
You know what? And Matt, that just tells me I miss JR so bad, you know?
He would have been great for this match. I don't know if he would have been great for the whole card.
Well, Global Force Wrestling with Jeff Jarrett wants him, so.
Oh, dude, I was going to tell you about that. I hope he goes there.
Yeah, I hope he does too. And Raw now is trying to suck up to him, I hear, since they've heard that.
Yeah, they're trying to kiss his butt now, and I don't think it's going to work.
I don't think it is either. I think JR's sick of how they've treated him in the past.
Yep. And Global Force, I think, is going to give them a run for their money. I mean, they're not going to beat them.
I think it's going to be the death of TNA.
Yeah, it'll be WCW over again, I believe.
I hope it's ran right this time. Let Jarrett run it. He's not a wrestler no more. Just keep him in the office. Let him do his thing. And he's got a proven record that he can do a good company. TNA was good before it went to shit.
He's going to steal all the talent away from anybody who's not working for WWE. I mean, you know he is.
He's got a lot of pull and a lot of friends.
Dude, he's already got, Kaz and Daniels. I know we're going off subject, but I'm happy to hear, that I think JR is going there. I really do.
I really am too. What do you think, Matt, about that GFW?
This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Okay, do you think are you going to give it a fighting chance? It starts January 2015. Jarrett's going to run it.
On TV or what?
Yeah, he's trying to get TBS, CMT, or even what was the other one, Steven? Spike if they get rid of TNA by then.
I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it, but I mean, I've never been a big fan of
It's always good to have a good alternative other than TNA.
Well, it's good for the talent. It's competition.
I hope TNA sticks around and we got 3 to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And I hope Ring of Honor don't. Ring of Honor needs to up their production and stuff, I think, and they'd be a hell of a show.
Well, Ring of Honor is losing a lot of people, though.
Right.
They really are. They're losing people like every week, it seems.
All right, so you
got
talent. Taker now 21-1, so we can get over the shock. Then they threw the Vicky Guerrero Diva Invitational, which I didn't have much to say about. AJ tapped Naomi out to the Black Widow. Actually, AJ botched the finish. She was supposed to take Naomi's hand and tap it out herself for a future feud, but Naomi ended up tapping with the left hand instead, and that screwed that all up. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay.
It looked like she had both hands tapping at the same time.
Yeah. Well, whatever happened, she screwed up the future program. I wasn't much into this match at all, as everybody was still trying to get over Taker during it. You guys have anything to say about that? Yeah, you guys have anything to say about that?
Not really, no.
Just a filler. Orton, Batista, Bryan for the main event for the world title. Bryan tapped Batista out for the win. Triple H ended up getting involved. What'd you guys think of the main event overall?
I thought Orton's entrance was awesome.
I did too. Yeah, I like Rev Theory, and I like that entrance a lot, just like I like the Bray Wyatt entrance.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that theme song. I love the spot that Orton got hurt on in this match where he hit his back off the monitor that they didn't clear out of the way when they did the powerbomb neck breaker. Huh?
Yeah, the Batista, RKO Batista bomb.
Yeah, well, it's a neck breaker Batista bomb. It's like a reverse RKO.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sick. Great spot, man. And you think they would have wanted to get Orton out for medical attention, not Bryan.
The people who were sitting around me, there was a kid sitting behind me. Weird enough, he's from Springfield too. Crazy.
Yeah?
That's weird. Yeah.
That's
super
real crazy.
weird. He goes, "Oh man, Randy must be hurt. They're bringing out a stretcher." I said, "No, that would make sense, but that's for Ryan."
Oh boy. Fuck Orton. Oh geez. Okay. So that ends our results for WrestleMania 30. What'd you guys think of it overall? I thought it was a hell of a show. I really do think so too, Matt. I mean, I think it was one of the best Manias they've had for years. They gave it that big event feel. The crowd was epic. The matches they gave us for what we thought was going to be a weak card ended up being great matches and some twists and turns that we didn't think of. They actually switched some stuff up.
Yep, I think I give it a solid 9, man.
Yeah, I give it a solid 9, 8, 9 out of 10. I mean, pretty good for WWE. They really surprised me on it. It was everything I thought it wasn't going to be. That's my opinion on it. So you guys want to go to Raw the next night?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Bryan opened it up, said his shoulders were hurting because of all the yes chants. He said he now has the power to make change with the yes movement. He got the you deserve it chants. Steph and Triple H came out. Triple H said the movement won't last long because he'll be defending the titles against Triple H later that night. He's going to bring Bryan back to reality. What'd you guys think of that segment? I legitimately think Bryan's shoulders had to be hurting.
Oh, yeah, he sold belts weigh about 40 pounds.
Yeah. I thought it was a good idea to have a title match right off the bat, really.
Absolutely.
But if you guys don't have anything to say, we'll go on to the next little segment. Backstage, Triple H and Steph, confronted by both Batista and Orton, they made their argument for a title match as well. Triple H said they would both get a shot, but tonight they would go for the tag titles against the Usos. He said that they were unstoppable when they were on the same page. You just knew Evolution was in the works after this.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And I am too, and we'll get on to that more. So that was a pretty good little segment there. Then you had the Wyatts versus Cena, Sheamus, and Biggie. I thought it was a good, hard-hitting match. The crowd was into it. Bray hit the Sister Abigail on Biggie for the win, so I'm glad to see that the Wyatts are going to get the upper hand now instead of Cena.
This was my favorite part of the night. This was my favorite part of it all.
Okay.
Just from the crowd. Like, I could have cared less about the match, but the crowd being there was just awesome.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, the crowd was great.
The crowd was...
Adding the lyrics to John Cena's music, to singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. It was great.
Yeah, it was a great match. Not a great match, but just a great atmosphere for the match.
Oh, yeah, so much fun.
Yeah. Next, anything else to say on that? Big E with the IC title takes the fall. That's one thing I got to say. I don't understand it. Why not Sheamus or Cena take the fall? Fandango and Summer Rae versus Santino and Emma. Emma tapped out Summer with the Emma lock. Emma's getting a lot of play, obviously. Filler match. You guys got anything to say on that one?
That one was for the crowd, too.
Yeah.
That was to get Fandango out there.
Oh, they got Fandango out there, though, and did rub it into Triple H with him claiming that, he was the Flash in the Pan the week before.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny. I did forget about that. That was great. Anything to add there, Steven or Matt?
No, not much. But I don't really have much else.
I just think Fandango needs a new gimmick, and he could be a really good heel for the company.
He is a bad
bad guy by heart. You know what I mean? He's a heel. He's got heel written all over him, and they're trying to just like they're trying to make him a baby face. You know, like what else gimmick does that do? That's a baby face gimmick for a heel character.
Right. You know, he's not a dancer.
No, hell no. That's the point.
Okay.
But if they're trying to make him a heel, they're not doing a very good job of it. It's just like, oh God, here he is. Like that's.
People are actually.
Steven, that's the reaction they want from you.
I think a lot of people like him.
Here comes San Diego.
I think a lot of people like him. He's almost a tweener.
I disagree.
I think they like that, you know, Lanny Poffo style that he's got, kind of. The genius type deal going on or whatever with the flamboyancy and mixed with, like, Disco Inferno. I think they kind of like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, that's another story. But, you know, he's a Disco Inferno wannabe.
He needs a fire. He needs to light a fire or something because
He has the fire if they just let him do it, you know? That's why I think the disgruntled employees faction would be great with about 6 guys, Fandango being one of them, shed the gimmick, get disgruntled, get an attitude, bring some attitude back into the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, next we had the Lesnar-Heyman segment. He talked ending the streak. He talked about Taker collapsing, staying in the hospital with Vince. He said they gave him a standing ovation to the loser. He said Brock's number 1 because he is number 1 in 21-1. What'd you guys think of that whole segment? I just thought Lesnar should have at least got on the mic and said something.
Yeah, that was the only issue I had.
Great talk by Heyman, though. You know, you can't fault this guy. He's doing a great job.
Hey, yeah.
Matt, you have anything to add on that?
No, I thought it was a great promo from Heyman, just like usual.
What do you think? Think Brock should have said something, though?
No, he hasn't said anything next to nothing.
He has, but I just think after beating a streak, you should have at least one word to say, maybe.
He doesn't need to. Turn on a t-shirt.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
He at least should just go, in the camera, like, in the microphone, I mean, like, something. Give him
I beat the
something
streak or
to
something like that. Okay.
Like,
Okay, so the next one was Batista and Orton against the Usos for the tag titles, which ended in a no contest because they got counted out. Batista ended up powerbombing Jimmy on the steps. I really liked the aggression here and them bringing back Evolution.
yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
So if you guys don't have anything to add, we can move on. I think they should have got the straps, in my opinion. Would have been more interesting. I think they need them. Give Triple H the world title and then the straps.
They've already done that.
They have already done it, but it'd be like a turn back the clock thing, like they did it again. You know what I mean? Like this many years later, look, they can still be on top. They're the dominant force, and it'd make it a great War Games. They could do a War Games style for the belts.
Don't get your hopes up.
Shield Reigns could get the WWE title, and they could get the tags again. Ambrose and.
Well, I say with all these factions, you know, the Wyatt Shield, Evolution, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a War Games. You know, they might be.
They could do like a 4-team War Games.
It won't be until after SummerSlam at the earliest.
Yeah, I'd like to.
They've already started selling tickets, and they've got arena layouts and everything already.
Yeah.
So they can't change that already.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, after SummerSlam, I wouldn't be surprised to see one at Survivor Series. I mean, you know how much Vince hates everything WCW, so he might not do it, but I could see it happening. Yeah, it might be Survivor Series, you know, like 6-on-6. That's how War Games basically was.
Okay.
Right, but I think the problem is the second ring. When you put 2 rings out there,
It takes away a lot of the tickets.
That's 15 to 20 rows of
people that you could be selling tickets to. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, that's what you almost got to do.
I want. Hey, Matt. Regardless or not, do you want to see it?
Oh God, yes.
Does it really matter that one damn show they aren't gonna make this much money? The pay-per-view buys alone on that, and the interest alone is worth it to do it. So.
But I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. Now's the time.
I think it is too. They need some of that old school type vibe.
Well, they're doing it with all the factions, like.
And the Chamber is almost like a War Games anyway. I mean, if you really want to get technical about it.
Yep.
The next 3 matches were all pretty much returns or debuts. You had RVD over Sandow with the 5-star frog splash for the pin. Then you had Bad News Barrett beat Mysterio with the bullhammer. And then Alexander Rusev with Lana defeated Zack Ryder with the Accolade, which is a version of the Camel Clutch. And what'd you guys think of these 3 guys? I love the return of RVD.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I love that they're starting to bring up people from NXT.
I do too. I think it's about time to start bringing up some new guys, and they're finally doing it.
And I cannot wait to see Bo Dallas again.
Yeah, Bo Dallas is going to be really good. I seen that promo that they did on him. It's looking like they're really going to use him right.
Yeah.
I hope they do, because the kid's got a lot of talent. The next segment was the Warrior promo, which this episode's dedicated to the Warrior, so you guys got anything?
Rest in peace, Warrior.
Yep, rest in peace, Warrior, and I think we're going to leave it at that on that.
Silent.
He had a hell of a promo for his last promo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He got some of that intensity out, and I think that's what, it meant a lot to him, in my opinion. It meant a lot to him. And Warrior, we are going to be putting your symbol up through the whole show, like I said, instead of our usual symbol that we put up. Just in honor of him. The next match was the AJ coming out, boasting about being Divas Champion for 295 days. She said she was the savior of the Divas division. Paige from NXT. And then all of a sudden, the real savior came out, which is Paige, in my opinion, from NXT, which me and Matt have been talking about for I don't even know how long now, resulting in an impromptu match. She hit the Paige Turner for the win and became the Divas champion and the NXT champion. I do like that. That is refreshing. And AJ's a really good women's wrestler, and they're going to really give her a good wrestler to finally wrestle against, in my opinion. They really need to call up some of the really good wrestlers that can wrestle. I think Naomi and Cameron can wrestle.
Naomi can, yes.
Next you had Hogan presenting Cesaro with the Andre Invitational Trophy. Had Zeb Coulter with him, and Zeb tried to call Cesaro a Zeb Coulter guy. But Zeb cut him off and said that now he's a Paul Heyman guy. Swagger comes out and attacks Cesaro and breaks the trophy. I'm sure this was for retribution from Mania Night. But Cesaro hit the uppercut on Swagger out of the ring, and that started the impromptu match. Cesaro hit an uppercut and went for the swing. Swagger rolled out and was immediately counted out intentionally. What do you guys think of this? You think this feud's going to go on?
I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with this Intercontinental tournament that they've got going on.
Did Swagger win his match?
No, Swagger lost.
Okay. I think the Coulter and Heyman feud would be cool, so I'm all for that. Okay, and then right before the main event, Steph tried to get Kane and the Shield back on the same page. You knew this wasn't going to happen. Shield even took a shot at New Age Outlaws not being around. You just knew all hell was going to break loose.
Oh, yeah.
And then we go to the main event, which was Triple H and Bryan. They had Orton and Batista come out and beat down Bryan before the bell. Had Kane hit a choke slam. Triple H came out and ordered the ref to ring the bell. He mocked the crowd with the yes chant and lifted up Bryan to start, I think, to give him the pedigree. And then the Shield come out, and you automatically knew that the Shield were going to do. Both Batista and Orton and Kane jumped in on the apron while the Shield jumped on the other side. Triple H tells them it's not going to happen. He told the Shield to stand down. They ignored him. Reigns hit a spear on Triple H. All hell broke loose. Rollins and Ambrose hit Orton and Batista on the outside with a splash. Reigns speared Kane, and then they surrounded Triple H before Bryan kneed him out of the ring, and it ended in no contest. So what'd you guys think? I thought that was a strong ending, and as you can see, the Evolution was fully reformed at the end there.
Great closing segment.
I thought it was a great closing segment too. Matt, any comments on that?
No, it was awesome.
I think it was great. I'm looking forward to maybe a War Games, like I said.
That'd be awesome.
I had some notes from this week too that I took. If you guys wanted to discuss them for a second, Shawn Merriman signing with WWE. You guys heard about that? He played for the Chargers and Bills for 7 years. They're going to do a contract similar to like Mongo McMichael, where he kind of just does commentary until he trains enough to wrestle and get in the ring. Also, Sting has been sent the contract, but yet to sign. So all the Sting rumors you hear about being signed are not true yet. He has not signed the contract. I wasn't surprised to see him show. I wouldn't have been surprised to see him show up for Warrior, but he did not.
When is this dude gonna sign the contract?
I don't know. They're under the impression that he's gonna sign it, and he does have it. So, who knows?
Like, what the heck?
You had the Adam Rose and Bo Dallas segments that are coming in, and as you said, Bo Dallas looking good. The Believer gimmick. The next.
I'm really big Adam Rose too. Adam Rose is a good time.
Yeah, and the next guys they want to bring in from the NXT are the Ascension and Sami Zayn. So.
Finally.
Yeah, so I can't wait for that. There also are some rumored opponents for Brock at Mania 31 already, either The Rock or Antonio Cesaro. And in tribute to the Warrior, as we did not have an episode last week, we are going to go into pretty much part 2 of our little deal here as the next week's Raw. They started off Raw with a nice tribute to the Warrior, 10-belt salute. All the roster and staff on stage showed a good heartfelt video. I think they did a good job honoring him throughout the entire Raw, showed flashbacks of his matches and whatnot. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too. They announced the number 1 contenders tournament. Round 1, Del Rio versus RVD. RVD hit the 5-star frog splash and advanced for the win. I'm glad to see RVD get the win. Like to see him get into the finals, maybe. You guys have any opinion on that?
I would like to see RVD go deep into it.
Me too. Then you, Matt, anything to say there?
I'm interested to see how they're gonna end this whole tournament thing because the bracket's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on to that here at the end of this. After we talk about the show here, it's a pretty quick show, so. Rybaxel fought the Brotherhood in a little blow-off match, and the meat lock for the win on Cody. Ryback hit. I don't know why the Brotherhood's getting jobbed out to Rybaxel. I mean, I thought Brotherhood at one time was my favorite team to watch, and now it's just like they're getting buried. I don't know what they did.
Yeah, they're getting buried now.
Plans have went awry with them guys. So, anything to say about that, Matt? Do you agree?
I honestly could care less about both of these tag teams at this point.
Yeah, did you not think the Brotherhood were good there for a while though?
Well, yeah, but not everything lasts forever. I mean,
I think they should have been on main. Why not the main? Why not Cody versus Goldust at Mania if you're just gonna do this with them? I mean, come on.
There's no room.
Right. Well, they could have made room.
They could have got rid of the Kane tag
Shield
team,
match.
You know,
Yeah, that was bad.
That was stupid. What do you do with the Shield then?
I think they should have put him either Battle Royal maybe, or even in that tag match, made it a freaking got rid of Los Matadores or something.
Yeah.
Put Luther Reigns against Triple H instead of having Bryan fight 2 matches. That's past done with though. But that's some things they could have done maybe to get Brotherhood on the card. I want to see that match, Cody and Goldust. I think that'd have a good build up.
Goldust doesn't have any interest in doing it, he said.
Okay, well, we'll move on from that then. Authority talked to Orton and Batista backstage about dealing with business. Says Bryan isn't there, but they have problems. He says that they may be attacked by the Shield after they attack Triple H on principle. Steph says the Shield look unstoppable, but Triple H, Batista, and Orton can stop them. Triple H says that they are right and they are great together. Batista says it's all great, but he just wants to be the WWE champion. Orton agrees and says he has already proved himself, and they really don't care what they have to say. So what did you guys say about that? It was like tension, but like, are they reformed? Are they not? Like,
Yeah.
are they on the same page?
I guess we'll find out later in the show.
Yep. Then you had Paige versus Alicia Fox. Paige tapped out Alicia with the Scorpion crosslock. I think Paige needs to show off a little bit more of her wrestling skill. Give her a little bit more time. She can do a lot more than what she showed. But a good match overall.
Yeah, I agree.
Steve.
Make the women's,
Be a
championship mean a little bit more. I mean, hell, when was it Candice Michelle? Remember when she was the champion? They made the championship mean a little bit.
Yeah, it used to mean something a lot more than it does now. I don't even like it called I don't even like it called the Divas title. I think it should be the women's title like it used to.
Yeah, and I mean, one way to make it mean just a little bit more, have them do a championship match and have it a commercial break, have it come back on, and the match can. I mean, I don't think a Divas championship match is that longer than a commercial break because, they just want to get it done and over with.
Yeah, you're right.
Just to kind of a little food for thought, just make it last at least 10 minutes maybe. Make it last.
Right.
Do something with it,
I totally agree. On to the next segment, Batista and Randy Orton versus the Usos, a rematch. The Usos jumped them at the bell. They hit splashes on them on the outside, a few punches. Jay hit a forearm. Orton ended up hitting a backbreaker and whipping Jay into the corner. Batista got a near fall. And then Orton hit a spine buster on the floor. Shield ran in and cut Orton off. Shield surrounded the ring. Reigns hit Batista with a Superman punch as they taunted him and Orton on the floor. No contest. I like the setup of this whole feud with the Shield.
Yep, they were the tag champs. He wasn't able to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not the greatest idea to have them as the tag champs. You're right. Then we had Henry versus Cesaro with Heyman. This was a good, stiff match, I thought. Henry and Cesaro, what do you think? I'd like to see these guys do some more matches.
I didn't get to see the match, but, I mean, did he do the swing on Henry?
I don't think so. He hit the neutralizer on him, that finisher he has.
He did.
Okay. Well, that was impressive then.
He didn't do the swing, though, Matt.
I don't know if he could do the swing on Henry. I mean, I could be wrong.
He's done it.
I don't think he'd be able to pull it off on guys like Henry and Big Show. I think that might be asking a little too much.
Rusev, again with Lana against Xavier Woods. He tapped Woods out to the Accolade, that camel clutch variation. Truth jumped back in to help Woods. Rusev stared him down before Lana ordered him to attack him, and Rusev kicked him in the face, and that was the end of all that. So I just think Rusev a very, very strong character, and they could do a lot with this guy. And I like Lana as his manager. I like the whole deal. Kind of reminds me of that Dolph Lundgren Rocky type gimmick.
It's something right out of the early 90s WWF.
Right.
I'm expecting handicap match at Extreme Rules.
With Woods and Truth against him.
Yeah.
I'm not caring for Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
He's not getting a lot of time.
He's just there. You know what he looks like to me? Like JTG with an afro.
Yeah.
I mean.
Consequences Creed.
Yeah, Consequences Creed from TNA.
Dude, I thought he was that guy. For a minute, I'm like, that ain't Consequences Creed. What is it?
No, it is.
Oh, that is Consequences Creed. I swore that was. I didn't know that.
Dude, it is. It's the same. Yeah, that's the same guy, man.
That is hilarious. I thought it was him. Then I'm like, it's not him. And then now it's like, okay, it's
Nope.
him. Okay.
You were definitely right. It's Consequences
That
Creed
is
from
crazy.
TNA. Yep. He went from
It is Consequences Creed.
he jumped ship.
Why don't they do the USA gimmick then?
I don't know. I don't like Xavier Woods.
Dude, I did not know that was him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's become a WWE jobber.
No, yep, they've got him in the system and doing what WWE always does.
Yep. Next, Sheamus versus Swagger with Zeb Coulter, which I'm glad Coulter's still with him. Sheamus hit the bro kick out of nowhere for the win. That was for the IC title tournament in advance. Anything to say about that?
Oh, pretty good match. I mean, out of these two guys, pretty good.
I thought it was a good match too. It actually was a good stiff match and stuff. I'm glad to see Sheamus win though. I think it's going to set up a good match for the next round. Next, you had Damian Sandow come out and do something other than get just jobbed out. He cuts a good promo. He was confronted by the Big Show. He kind of actually pointed and called himself the future and a world champion. But the Big Show just dropped him and knocked him out. So what about Sandow? Is he done? Is he just in limbo, or what? Like they don't know what to do with him? Is he getting buried, or are they going to try to do something with this guy?
I'm done with it. He's too small. He has no body though.
I just don't know why WWE would put him out there to even cut a promo. I just think they think he has good mic skills, and that's about it.
That's it.
Um, the next.
Working with one of the biggest stars in the company. I mean, he's working with Big Show.
I mean, he is a heck of an in-ring talent. It just seems like they don't want to do anything with him, like he's done something.
Well, I mean, here's my thing. You guys want everybody to have something done with them. You can't. I mean, you can't push everybody at the same time.
Well, I mean,
Don't you remember, though, in the Attitude Era, everybody had something going on.
Isn't the Attitude Era, though? I think that's the biggest problem here. I mean, we're moving on. I mean, the company is going in a different direction.
I just think everybody, if a guy's good, though, they should have something to do other than get jobbed every week.
He's working with Big Show. I mean, I would take that as
Is it going to lead? Okay, I'll give you this. I won't mind if it leads to something, but if it just leads to him getting jobbed out every week still and doesn't lead to like a feud with Big Show or anything, then that's not good.
I mean, you can't. He's jobbing, and the whole point of the extra hour on the Raw was to get guys on TV, and then they do, and they just job them out. I mean,
everybody on that roster is jobbing to somebody.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
say
but
that,
some are really jobbing.
Bray Wyatt just jobbed to John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but then he comes back and gets a win. They don't even make Sandel ever look strong.
Twice to Evolution. I mean, you win, they lose. That's the business. I mean, not everybody's going to be at the top of the card for everything.
Right.
Bray Wyatt jobbed. He just lost the match. Now Sandow is in the Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler jobbing every week. He's basically the guy that goes out there just to lose. I mean, Bray Wyatt, he just lost the match. I mean, he's in an actual program, but Damian Sandow is just like, what do we do with this dude?
Bray Wyatt hasn't won a match since he beat Daniel Bryan.
That's probably right, but he doesn't wrestle a lot to begin with, though. It's usually Harper and Rowan that's doing the pulling the work, but Bray Wyatt's kind of just a special occasion. Not really. I think they're doing that on purpose. But I mean, Sandow's going out there on Monday and
Yeah, it seems like that's all he does is lose. That's all he does. Even on main event, it don't matter. It don't matter what show. SmackDown, if they need somebody to lose, throw him out there. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not going to invest time into him, why would we invest time into him?
That's my problem with Xavier. That's the same thing they do with that Xavier Woods, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of having him come up from NXT if they're going to have him lose?
So you want everybody to win and nobody to... Who do you want to be losing these matches then?
Yeah.
Well, you got to lose legitimately, though. You can't have a guy lose 6 weeks in a row and, I mean...
And then think people are going to think he's still relevant, yeah. I agree with both. I agree with both your opinions. That's a show. That's something we could talk about later, though. Let's move on.
But I mean, with the Sandow thing, if he starts winning matches, I'm going to call their bluff and be like, no, this guy's a loser. I mean, he's a joke. You
Yeah.
can't go back on your word, like if they make Sandow start winning, it's like you're going back on your word. This guy's a joke, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just can't make guys look bad. I guess that's the thing, and WWE does that.
Yeah. Well, moving on. Talking about Bray Wyatt, him and Cena cut great promos alongside each other. What'd you guys think of this?
Good thing, man.
I'm digging this feud between Cena and Bray Wyatt, actually. So I hope it keeps going.
And I thought it would be done after Mania, but they
He said something like they both got their knives at each other's back, and he thinks Cena's gonna stab first or something like that. It was pretty cool.
like Cena's ever done that before.
Yeah. Well, he's just meaning not literally. I think.
And a thing I'd like to point out, you know how Bray Wyatt, every time I don't know if you've seen SmackDown, but he cuts a promo like it's real dark promo, and then Cena, he goes out there and he's just like, John Cena, and it's just like, aren't you in a feud with a dark...
Yeah, contrast the style, kind of. Yeah.
And then he goes out there and he's just like, Fruity Pebbles, yeah! It's like, what? I don't believe that you're in a feud with someone that wants to kill you right now. Like, I
Somebody wants to kill him. He wants a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Right. God.
Okay. Matt, you got anything to add to that besides you? You thought it was a good one.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Bray Wyatt's
Okay.
on that mic, man.
I'm thinking Summer Rae has something wrong with her because the next segment, Santino and Emma fought Fandango and Layla. Layla rolled up Emma for the win. Fandango and Layla went off celebrating.
There's nothing wrong with Summer Rae. Fandango broke up with her on Twitter. It's an angle.
Okay, I didn't know about that, so there's a little angle that we didn't know about coming in that you helped us out with. Thanks.
Yeah, it's an angle.
Okay, next we had Steph. Okay, next was the best segment of Raw, I thought. Steph berating Kane, blaming him for the Shield getting out of hand. He said he let him down and let Bryan beat him 3 times. He was supposed to be in charge. Says she'll have to, she said he's a shell of his former self. Kane kind of snapped and tossed his chair. And then he stared at the case holding his mask. He opened it up and held up the mask and promised to eviscerate Bryan once and for all. So this means Mask Kane's coming back, and I can't wait.
Big pop.
I loved it. I think that was a great segment, and I'm glad they're bringing the Mask Kane back. This corporate Kane crap, like we said, was stupid.
Yeah.
And him being so much bigger, I think he's going to look cool.
It looked, corporate Kane was brutal.
Yeah, if they put that outfit on him and stuff, and him being in much better shape, he's going to look good.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to point out one thing. Fandango broke up with Summer Rae. I would like to see Summer Rae maybe get with we were just saying like Damian Sandow or something, and that would set up a program. Like, do something with it.
With Fandango and Sandow, and give him something to do.
Yeah, give Summer Rae to somebody, and then have them feud with Fandango. It's like, there you go. There's a couple-week program right there.
Okay.
They're not doing it.
So let me get this straight. Is Layla now his girl, or?
Yeah.
She came out dancing and everything with him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool. The next thing after that, if you guys ain't got nothing to say about Kane's mask, which you know he's going to be putting that back on, this mask segment.
Nothing but good.
We had Ziggler versus Barrett, IC title first round. Barrett hit Ziggler with the bullhammer for the win. Who didn't expect that? They're really pushing Bad News Barrett. I would not be surprised to see Barrett come out with this, maybe.
That'd be fun. Yeah, you gotta think that you're gonna get a heel in that match with the Big E.
I think Barrett's he's really getting over with the crowd, though. I mean, I'm loving Barrett.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And Cesaro, too. What a hell of a championship match that would be with Barrett and Cesaro. Because right now it looks like it's Cesaro versus RVD, Sheamus versus Barrett. So Barrett and Cesaro could be the title match, and I think that'd be one hell of a match.
No, this isn't for the title, it's for the number one contender.
Well, that's what I'm saying for the championship of the number one contender. That would be a great match.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I think that we'll probably get that match, but I think Swagger is going to cost Cesaro.
Yeah, and I could see Barrett going on to beat Biggie, because Barrett's getting over more than Biggie.
Yep, that's what I think.
Bad News Barrett is nothing. I see nothing but great things for Cesaro, Biggie, or not Biggie, Cesaro, Barrett, and Sheamus, as well as RVD if he sticks around.
So. Yeah, I'm kind of over Sheamus.
Yeah, I just think Sheamus is having a good run this time for some reason. Christian lit a fire under him. It's too bad Christian got injured. Okay.
I think a lot of people are done with Sheamus.
Okay, guys. Well, it takes us down to the main event match, the 11-on-3 handicap match. Shield versus Del Rio, Swagger, Fandango. Let me say it right. 3MB, Titus, Rybaxel, Rusev, and Barrett. The Shield obviously tried to fight and got overwhelmed. And then the newly formed Evolution hit the ring. Triple H demanded everyone to leave the ring, and they proceeded to assault the Shield. Orton hit an RKO. Batista followed with the Batista Bomb. Triple H taunted Reigns, telling him to believe in the Evolution before dropping him with a pedigree. And the match resulted in a no contest. I thought this was a great ending. I'm loving the Evolution versus the Shield feud that they're setting up. Want to see War Games. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for Extreme Rules already.
I want to see a War Games. Though, what do you guys think?
War
Even if it's a one cage War Games.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that.
That's not War Games. That's a cage match.
Right. Well, they aren't going to do it at Extreme Rules or SummerSlam, you said. But, man, I'd love to see this go into something where they bring that match back, please.
Name it War Games 2. You have to.
Did you guys know that I have a note here that Del Rio was supposed to go for the IC title at Extreme Rules, but instead he gets knocked out in the first round, so obviously plans have changed since Cesaro and Barrett have gotten over so big.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say about Del Rio. He was already disgruntled, to say the least, so we might not see him around that much longer. WWE also confiscated Sting signs at Raw, which gives you a little bit of a heads up that he hasn't signed anything yet, and they don't want to even see his name on screen. I said that lawyers of the Ultimate Warrior also have been sending cease and desist orders to people selling merchandise with his logo. And that's. And then I talked about Global Force Wrestling. Anything else you guys want to add? And that'll complete episode 12, and we'll be back on regular schedule next week, hopefully, and not have that happen again where we have to do such a long episode. I appreciate you guys calling in and talking like usual, and I appreciate everybody out there listening. Subscribe. Give us a like if you think we did a good job. Try not to bomb us too bad. If you got any comments, let us know. We're still going to try to get that Facebook page up, too, by the way. So I'm going to say peace out to everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week.
Hell yeah.
Steven and Matt, peace out.
Yep. See you guys.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Peace.